And I think that's us live. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us with this Facebook Live on Getting Started with Casino Offers. I'm Oz. Obviously, this is going to be recorded, so if you're watching this at another time, good morning, good afternoon, or a good evening. I'm just going to introduce you to Chris now, who you've met last time as well. So, hi, Chris.
Hi, evening, guys and girls, and like I said, yeah, it's another sort of casino session. We found that with casinos, we do get a lot of, is it worth doing? What do I need to get started? Don't understand the terminology. So myself and Oz will just have a run through this evening with you guys of what we mean by estimated values, what we mean by wagering,
Variants.
what the variants are, that sort of thing. So it's just an idea of what we mean by the casinos side of things. It does get a little bit confusing because it is very different to sportsbook, but as we always say, the profits there from casino are absolutely phenomenal. You
They
just
really
got to
are.
have the
Yeah.
mindset to be able to take the downswings from them. That's the only difference with regards to sportsbook. It's some of the offers aren't guaranteed profits, but over the length of time, which we'll go into in a little bit, the profits are there for them. It's just a case of riding the storm basically and taking it from that side of things.
That's exactly it. I mean, I'm frustrated in myself for I've been match betting for a long time, 5-6 years, whatever. But I'm frustrated in myself with how long it actually took me to get started with the casino offers, right? And I think just going back a long time now, but say when I did start, I think maybe after a few months, I did try. I think I did try a casino offer, and I remember from the sports side of things that day, I made like 15 quid or something, right? And I was like, right, I'm going to try my first casino offer today. And I made a little bit of a loss. And I was like, oh, well, it's eating into my sports book profits. But at the end of the day, right, the more you do, as we're going to talk about later, you're going to align with the cumulative plus EV amounts for each offer that you take up, the more that you do over time. So it's literally just a case of, riding the rough with the smooth, basically. You are going to have some downswings, but if you stick to our guides, as I always say in every casino live, you stick to our guides, you follow those to a T, then you will profit over time. Don't make the mistake I did by putting them off for many, many years. Now that I'm on them, I'm constantly doing them. But, just bear with it, stick to those instructions, and you'll be absolutely fine. So, yeah.
I think I was the opposite to you. I think I was about 6 months into my match betting, which, like I say, same as you, I've been about 4.5-ish years doing now, and got speaking to a couple of people. It's like, yep, let's have a look at the casino side of things. Yeah, about 6 months in when I built my bankroll up to the level I needed it to be at. And I think within the first week, I'd made like £500 out of casino. I made about 150-ish out of the match betting side of things. And I was like, why didn't I start this sooner?
Exactly.
You just sit
Yeah.
there and go,
Yeah.
yeah, why didn't I start this sooner? And touch wood, I've never looked back. Yes, I do
Yeah.
have my months where I'm not down as such, but I'm not up as
You're not
much as what.
aligning with the EV
Yeah,
from the offers that you've taken up. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm still in profit each month from
Sure.
my casino side of things. But then I get a month like I had back in October, October last year. I think I cleared about 2.5 grand just from casinos alone because I had three £800 wins,
Yeah.
near enough back to back. I think they were within about 10 days. I had one with Paddy Power on an offer. The wife then had one with Sky on another offer, and then I had one on Grosvenor. So it must have been when they had the error happening with Grosvenor, which we kept from time to time.
Yeah.
Um, I had some nice wins from it, and
Was that the 50? Was that the 50p spin one? I think it was, wasn't it?
yes, yeah,
Yes.
when
Yes.
they did
Yes. Yes. That was brilliant.
where they did, yeah, and then they did double payout for it as well, and all sorts of stupid stuff happened with
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
yeah, the profits are there to be made from the casino, but as I said, the biggest part for people is getting started with casino, and we appreciate and understand that the terminology is just what can put people off. It being non-risk, sorry, yeah, the risks that are involved in casino and that side of things. But it's another of those. We wouldn't be promoting it. People wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't profitable. It's that simple.
Yeah.
The end of the day, all Outplayed wants you to do is make money, and we're not going to throw offers out at people that are going to be taking money away from them. So, but we'll go on to that at a later date. But like I say, myself and I will go through tonight, as we said, the terminology, what you need to get started, and take it from there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Looks like we got a few questions that have come in, or
Yep.
Let me just open this one. Evening, guys. If I'm gubbed on sports, can I still do the offers bet X on sports to get free spins, or wage X on spins for a free sports bet?
Right. Normally that's Sky offers that do that. They'll do things like Champions League spins they did the other week, where if you did, wasn't actually bet X on sports to get free spins. It was actually spin on certain slots and then get free spins for X amount of goals that were scored in the game.
Yeah.
Normally, if you're betting on sports and if you've been gubbed on the sports side of things, you won't get those free spins for it. And with Sky, definitely you don't get the wager X on spins for a free sports bet. You've been gubbed on the sports side of things, so you're not getting the sports offers. You'll still get casino offers unless you've been gubbed on the casino side of things. But if you've been gubbed on sports side of things, then you won't get any offers that are associated with sports bets at all.
Yeah. I just wanted to share my screen again, because obviously it's about getting started with the casino offers and the best place to actually go once you make the upgrade to Diamond. Just bear with me whilst I just share my screen. Where are we? Entire screen. Share. Yes. Can you see that, Chris?
Yep.
Yep, lovely. Now, with a platinum membership, I believe you will have access to two casino. I think it's Coral and Ladbrokes in the casino.
Yes, it is.
With the casino sign-up offer section. So I'm just going to click on here now. I'm actually in here now. I know it sounds very, very generic, but please do take the time to have a good read through these guides, because they do explain, how the casino offers work, what EV is, what wagering is. It's really, really important to understand the terminology. With regards to, how, an offer is worth the EV that it's worth. So if that offer was completed in the exact same way, using the slots that we provide, following those instructions to a T, then if it's got a £2.50 expected value, for example, to complete that multiple times, the average amount that is going to come out of those offers is actually what is stated by that EV. So yeah, the more offers that you do following those instructions correctly is what that offer is worth. And the more offers that you take up, as I said, over time, you will align with that EV. Now, sometimes you're going to do an offer where you're well above that £2.50 that I mentioned, and sometimes you're going to be slightly below, right? But the more you take out, the more you're going to align with that. What I tend to suggest people do when they're starting the casino offers as well, once you should start with the risk-free offers to get used to the casino side of things, whilst continuing with your sports offers to continue to build your bank. Now, whilst you're doing the risk-free offers with the casino offers, you'll also, I'm just going to open up the reload section to find our daily bonuses. Hang on. I'm just going to scroll down to find these. Yes. So in tandem to those risk-free offers, I definitely recommend checking out the daily bonuses as well. Once you've got your bankroll up to around, now don't get me wrong, you can start low-risk offers with, say, £200 or £300. But what I suggest you do is to get that bankroll up to around £1,000 and separate the two. So you've got, say, £700 for your sports and then £300, as an example, for your casino once you start low risk. right? Now, what that's going to do is to separate the mistake that I made earlier, where I was like, oh no, I've just made X amount from the sports offers, from the sport offer for that day, and I've just lost a chunk from a dodgy patch of variance. If you have that separate bankroll, then if you do go through a patch where you're not making as much money as you'd hoped, it doesn't affect you as much because you've got a bankroll that's different to your sports side of things, and you just continue to get through those offers until, as I said, you align with that EV. So yeah, brief little introduction there on how you should be starting once you make that change. I'm just going to stop sharing now, and I should be back. Yes, hi.
Yeah, I mean, if EV is the biggest one for it, and we do get it a lot of the EV that you've stated, I'm nowhere near it.
Sure.
The EV line, I'm well below. I'm not making
Yep.
any profit from this. I remember one example that's stuck in my mind for absolute age of a member that had been doing casino and doing it for 12 months and was constantly below the EV line and just kept saying, no, not making a profit, but I'm going to stick at it. Not making a profit, going to stick at it. Literally on month 12, hit a really big win and went flying above the
Yep.
EV line
Yep.
because they believed in the process. And as we always say, it's literally volume for casino.
That's exactly
That's
it.
all
Yeah.
it's down to. You
Don't
will
focus on the
eventually.
don't focus on the profit that you're making. Focus on the EV that you're taking up because that is what's key.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All those EVs all add up over the 12 months that you're doing casino for, and eventually you will hit that EV line and be
The
well in
math
profit.
doesn't lie. The math doesn't lie.
It certainly doesn't. So, but yeah, say Ozzy's just gone through there, sort of what EV is and that side of things. One of the biggest questions we'd normally get asked is, don't understand wagering. What's wagering all about? Easiest way to look at wagering. See if I can actually share my screen with you guys as well. On that one. Hopefully you can see my screen there, guys. You see that screen, Oz?
Yep, looks good.
Yep. So yeah, what is wagering? It's just simply how much money we have to play through to be able to release the bonus that we've been given by the casino at that time. It can be a monetary amount, or it can be literally as a multiplier with regards to that. So if a casino is saying to us, if you deposit £10 with us, we need to wager this 5 times to release it. So it's basically 5 times the deposit. So if it's £10 deposit, be £50 wager. So you just literally have to go through that. Now, a lot of the time, we will bust out with a lot of offers. We won't hit the wagering requirements. And we always get, oh, does that mean I need to deposit more money into the account to be able to play through it? Simple answer, no. Please do not deposit any further money into the accounts at all. Once you've bust out, you've bust out. The two prime examples of that are the Coral and Ladbrokes offers that Oz mentioned earlier on. The deposit £10 for a £50 bonus, I think it is, Oz.
I think it is with Coral with £50. I think with Ladbrokes it's £30, I believe. Yeah.
Right.
Let me double check.
Cheers. Yeah, because I remember one of them's changed it recently. I couldn't remember which one it was. So basically,
Ladbrokes is 30, and with 40 wagering.
Yeah, we know with that offer that there's going to be at least an 80% bust out rate from it. So we're expecting a lot of the time people not to be making any money from that offer, but also not losing a great deal either. That's why it's one of our low risk offers with regards to that side of things. But we have seen some really, really nice wins come from that. I think I was speaking to somebody Monday or yesterday, at work, and they were saying, yeah, they're actually off on holiday this weekend. They've done the Coral and the Ladbrokes. They're taking 500 and something out of the Coral one, and then 200 and something out of the Ladbrokes one. So
Yeah.
they'd had two really nice returns from that side of things. But as I say, we expect quite a high bust out rate. Yeah, but wagering is just simply the amount of times that the money that is there needs to be played through. Again, we've got the section within the site for what is wagering, which goes through it in a bit more detail with regards to that side of things, and looks at it in a bit more light than what we actually do from this side of things. But yeah, basically, wagering and EV are the two things that lead to be looked at.
Yeah, so with the Ladbrokes offer, once the bonus is credited, the guide says to use £2 stakes using either Big Base Bonanza or Age of Gods, God of Storm. So yeah, to reiterate what you were saying, Chris, it's like so your first £2 spin means you wagered £2. Your next £2 spin means you wager £4. Your next £2 spin means you wager £6. Now, whilst doing this, your bonus balance may go up or down, but the aim is, as Chris rightly said, is to complete that full wagering for your bonus balance to turn to withdrawable cash. And if you're unfortunate, you go through that tricky patch of variance and you lose your bonus, just brush it off, move on to the next offer. So the important thing is to keep taking up that EV. That is key with these offers. Do not make that mistake that I made in the early stages by doing one offer and thinking, oh my gosh, now I'm fully making up for it, I can assure you, and I won't be making that mistake again. So yeah, just don't get wound up if you go through a few offers about making money. I can assure you, stick to those guys, you'll be absolutely fine. So
yeah,
yes,
exactly. Next question that's come in. For slots, I'm using the minimum coin value and increasing the number of lines to adjust the stake. Is this the best way to do it? Yeah, it certainly is.
Reduces the
more
variance.
lines. Yeah, reduce the variance on there. The more lines that you've got as winning lines for it will reduce the variance from that side of things. So yeah, absolutely spot on for doing it that way. No problem with regards to that at all. Nice simple question. I like simple questions on a Wednesday
simple questions
evening.
are good. Yeah, halfway through the week, you know what it's like.
Well, we say simple questions. They might seem simple to you and I, Oz, but that's what I love about the Facebook live side of things is that
that's what we're here
the varying
for.
questions. Yeah, the
We
varying
all
questions.
We all had them questions at the beginning. It's like, don't be shy to ask anything. It's like, like, I'm embarrassed about. Well, no, because like every single person, even the experienced members, the advanced members, we all had those same questions at the beginning. So yeah, do not be shy to ask anything.
I think with one of my first questions when it came to the casino side of things, before I started, it was like, well, do I have to deposit into a different account, or is it still the same one? I was like, it's all the same one. But now I look back on that, I'm thinking, yeah, it's pretty obvious. But it's silly questions like that. Well, what seemed a silly question to me at the time, like that, is what can be putting people off from doing casino.
Great point.
And that's what we're here for.
Ease people's minds.
Yeah. Exactly. So, right. Oh, one for you, Oz.
Hi, Andy. I cannot do most daily reloads, and casino just eats any profits. Although I still do the dailies, EPs. I don't have the weekend time, and there's no 50. Feeling dejected as no obvious daily wins and free bets. I cannot do most daily reloads, and casino just eats any profits. Although I still do the dailies, EPs. I don't have the weekend time. There's no 50.
I think it sort of goes back to your original point, Oz, when you sort of first started casino on that side of things of being wary about eating into profits and that side of things.
Yeah. I mean, you will. What I would suggest, I'm just trying to think of the best way to answer this question because it's a tricky one, but you will need a bankroll to start low risk offers. If you're starting with £10 or £20, there's a chance that you're going to bust out, unfortunately, due to, as I mentioned earlier, a dodgy patch of variance. So, what I suggest you do is, get that money into your accounts and again, separate the two. So you've got X amount for your sports offers, X amount for your casino offers, and just continue to take them up. But if you're going to be doing low risk, then you will need at least 250 pounds is what I would suggest getting started with. I mean, do you agree with that, Chris? A bit less or a bit more?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think?
Yeah, with the low risk of stuff, anything between £200-300,
Sure.
absolutely
Yeah.
fine to
Yeah.
start low risk on that side of things. When you're getting up into medium risk side of things, I personally would be looking closer to about £1,500-2,000,
Yep.
if not a bit more than that.
Yeah.
High risk, I wouldn't even be touching until you were at 15-20k mark,
Yep.
from
I
that
think that's fair.
side of things.
Yep.
At all. And that's the way that I did it. In all honesty, I started so about £500 I had before I started the casino side of things,
Yeah.
and then
Good
moved
amount.
up to medium risk once I hit about 2,500, and then high risk when I think I hit about 17,500 before I started the high risk, and I don't do that much high risk now. I know a couple of members who I speak to quite regular basis. That's all they do is high risk casino. They've started getting back into the sports book side of things as of late, but they literally just do high risk casino, and they they've made some great profit from it. But they've got the mindset, and that is the big thing that we always go back to
Yep.
is mindset
Yeah.
for the casino side of things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can see. Yes, casino just eats into any profit. As we've said, you need to play the volume.
Yep.
It is just literally volume, 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 and you will eventually see that EV line will
It will align.
escalate.
Yeah.
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 Uh,
Yeah.
as Oz has used the line that we always love to use is that the maths don't lie.
The maths doesn't lie, we are literally becoming the bookie or the casino owner by taking up these offers in the same way that a standard mug punter, when he's playing on random roulette or random blackjack or random slots that's not attached to a plus EV offer, he would always lose in the long run. He may have a few wins, don't get me wrong, but in the long run he's going to lose. He's going to lose his float, he's going to lose his balance. That's what gambling is. With us, we're playing with an edge. We're taking up these offers we're taking up these offers that have a plus EV. And the more we do, the more we're going to align with that EV. It's as simple as that. But again, don't be deterred if you do go through that rough patch of variance. We've all been there. I know Chris has been there. I've been there. Plenty of our members have been there. It's said right in the rough with the smooth. Taking up the volume, making sure that you've got that bankroll. Again, if you're going to go into low risk with 20 or 30 pounds, you're asking for trouble basically. So you will need to have a bigger float. But you can look at the risk-free offers, you can look at the daily games in tangent to the sports to gradually build up your bankroll. And once you've got that £300, you've separated it from what you've made with the sports, right? Just go full throttle via low risk. That's the best advice I can give.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was absolutely bob on with regards to that side of things. So, the daily free run several times there, and Carla, Foxy, bad for account health.
Tricky.
It's a bit of a weird one. It's an answer that nobody really knows the answer to. I've been doing dailies on Sky, Ladbrokes, Coral for 3.5 years, and I've not been gubbed from the casino side of things. As we said in our last session that we did 3-4 weeks ago, now is it something like that?
Yep.
Casino gubbins aren't as common as what sportsbook gubbins are. Yes, they do happen, but they're not as common. You can get away with a lot more from that because the casinos, they're not, well, they are aware of the edge that we can take back from it, but they're not as bothered because literally the amount of people that just go onto a casino site that haven't got the edge like we have make their profit for them anyway. So yeah, it's the value's worked out very, very differently with casinos as it is to a sports book side of things. So that's why the likes of Sky, Coral, Ladbrokes, etc., you'll find you'll get good from the sports book, but the casino will continue, no problem whatsoever. My daughter's Sky account, sportsbooks up to the hilt, state restricted, everything else on it. Casino, absolutely no problem with it whatsoever, and that's been 12 months. It's been like that now, something around that sort of time period. So yeah, daily offers, the free tournaments, just keep taking them. There's enough of them out there to continue doing that side of things. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it at all on that side of things.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah.
One for you, Oz.
Yes, I was just looking at that just now.
I thought your eyes were tracing over to there.
I was doing casino, but stopped for exactly the reason I felt it was taking all my sportsbook profits. How do you track the EV line? I just recorded my profits on the tracker. Yes, I've actually got the casino profit and EV tracker that Simon has, made. He's made a fantastic tracker for us to use, and I will be posting that in the thread. If you just bear with me a second. Hang on. Yes, I can see that. I'm just trying to find the thread actually on the Facebook group. If I don't find it at the moment, because can you see the live, Chris, on your face on main? I can see it in newbies, but I can't see it in main. Got it. Got it. So let me just have a look. Yes. Just getting the questions up.
My Facebook open. I tend not to.
Let me just
look at Facebook enough during our working day, Oz, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're on there.
Right. I'm just going to comment at the top here, but this is a link. I've just posted the forum link to the casino tracker to track all of the offers that you take up, along with the profits that you make and the EV that you take up. So you should see that there, and I'm going to put it at newbies as well. Hang on. Yes, so I've just added it as a comment. So please do check that forum thread out. As I said, it's got the link to the Excel spreadsheet to keep track of all of your EV and your casino profits. So yeah, please do check that out. It's a really fantastic sheet that Simon, who is our calculator guru, has created for us. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Simon and his calculators and his spreadsheets.
He is. Yeah.
And also a member of the new group that's been formed by him and Andy, isn't it, Us? That we've now given them their band name of the Kings of Waffle.
Oh, looking forward to seeing them back in action.
Yeah. Get the band back together again.
Oh, that's what it's about. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Simon does love his calculators, and he does do a lot of work behind the scenes with regards to those.
He does.
So yeah, definitely worth getting onto that link that Oz has just posted with regards to that side of things. And just
please check out the full thread. It's there.
And try and keep the sports book and the casino profits separate from each other from that side of things. It'll ease your mind with regards to that and not get as confusing. So
100%,
no problem on that side of things.
You won't be as wound up if, as I said, if you make 15 or 20 quid in the sports book and you go through a dodgy patch of variance, you're not going to be as wound up if mentally you have that separate bankroll for your casino offers. So yeah, highly recommended, and it certainly helped me. So yeah, definitely do that.
This one's a bit of a strange one. Can I open high risk accounts but not do the offers, 32 red, etc. I wouldn't, because you're going to be missing out on the high risk offer that's there. But at the same time, it may be worth opening and see if you get any reload offers from them at all, which aren't quite as high risk. So it's a bit of a swings and
30
roundabouts from that.
32 red do actually give some really nice risk-free reloads from what I've like deposit X amount and get X amount of free spins. So it could be, but again, it's catch 22 because you are going to miss out on a fantastic amount of EV. But again, it's high risk, so it comes with a high bus rate. Completely in your hands. But as Chris said earlier, we do recommend starting those high risk offers with a decent sized bankroll. So it may be one to put on the back burner for the back burner for the time being. But yeah, completely in your hands.
Yeah, it is literally having to go through every single casino that is on there for the high risk and seeing if it is worth it. 32 red, as I said, is possibly the exception to the rule of doing the high risk offer from that side of things, because like you said, their reload offers are absolutely great. They are actually one of the better bookies for EPs as well. Their EP odds are absolutely brilliant. So yeah, from that side of things, yeah, you can open up the account with them and not take up the high risk offer. However, you are missing out on a massive chunk of EV from there. So it's a bit of a juggling game with regards
I guess
to that side of things.
They could technically open up the account, and if the offer's still live, they could but say expired for them from when they open the account, they could possibly have a conversation on live chat to see if they'll credit the offer. If they say, I'd like to try the casino side. I mean, all you can do is ask, can't you? Really?
Yeah, we found that with quite a few that we've opened up sportsbook accounts with them, and the time's expired for doing the casino, and like, oh, darn it, and then just gone to live chat. Oh, didn't realise you had a casino offer that was running, and I've gone, yeah, we'll credit that on for you.
There you go. Yeah.
9 times out of 10 it works. If it doesn't work, you haven't lost anything at all. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
And you've had all of the reload offers that have led up to it, which you said rightly said are really, really good. They're really good offers. So casino and sportsbook, which is awesome.
Yeah, so somebody like 32 red, yeah, it probably is worth. If you're not ready for high risk, it's probably still worth opening up an account with them from that side of things. So yeah, we'll go for it on that side of things.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that I lose £200 to £300 before I hit anything if I do low risk? There is a possibility, yes,
but it's just. I mean, it's smaller than minuscule. I mean, it's like losing
the percentage chance.
Yeah,
is you'd be 0.000001 of losing the £200 to £300 before doing that.
It's
you
just
might
not
lose.
Going to happen.
No, you might lose a little bit of it in the first 30, 40, 50 offers that you do, but you won't lose all of it from that side of things. That's why the low risk from that side of things for it. So you'll be absolutely fine, and that's why we recommend £200 to £300 from it.
Definitely,
Oh, one of the casino myths that I absolutely love.
I haven't read it yet. Is the outcome of the bonus predetermined before you've chosen the golf club or coffins? I get upset with myself when I've chosen a 20p coffin. It's all pre-prepared.
Everything is predetermined on that.
It looks fancy because they're trying to draw you in. Oh, if I get that one, if I get that one. But as soon as that animation goes up, on the back end, they know what they're going to pay out basically. So
I just keep it
don't
nice
get sucked
nice.
in. Don't get sucked in.
Yeah, I just keep it nice and simple with stuff like Golden Tour, Bloodsuckers, any of the sort of paddy slots. I just literally choose the one that's on the right hand side, just to get it over and done with. It takes a quick click and you're done because it is all predetermined from it. I don't sit there going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or anything like that at all. It's literally one on the right, that'll do. Get out of it. So they are all predetermined.
They're done very cleverly, and they've got the fancy music or whatever. But the amount that you've made from the bonus is already predetermined. So just click, just click, just click, complete the bonus, then continue spinning to complete the offer. One other thing that I wanted to add, I've mentioned it. I think I mentioned this last time with you, Chris, and I've definitely mentioned it with Simon a few times. If you are going through a dodgy patch of variance, or if you've lost a little bit of money from an offer, please do not be tempted to overspin, because you are only giving value back to the casino. So if you've completed an offer, you've wagered the £10 or whatever it was, and you're slightly down, don't think, well, if I spin another £1 or £2, dust it off, move on to the next offer. And the same goes if you make a little bit of money from the wager, from the free spin. Oh, well, I'm on a bit of a winning run here, I'm going to continue to spin. Again, don't do it. Any spin that you make that's not attached to a plus EV offer, you will only give value back to the casino. So just be strong, be firm, continue following those instructions correctly, straight to the letter, and just crack on with the next offer once you complete one. Don't be tempted to overspin, please.
Yeah, the amount of times that we are just one more and I'll be okay. No, just stick to what is there. From that side of things, and you'll be absolutely fine. Again, the guys that have sat and worked out all the maths and all the calculators and everything else with regards to the EV, it is literally based upon the correct amount of spins that need to be
that's exactly it
done at that time. So it's not an issue with regards to that. But yeah, definitely do not overspin, because you will just go down to EV being absolutely obliterated from it.
Negative
so
EV.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Do you want to choose the next one?
Let's have a look.
Why can't I see all the comments?
Evening jet should make risk accounts if I wanted to. This one here is a good question. If I wanted to try casinos for a month, can I do that, given that I've already paid my yearly subscription for match betting? How does that work with CS nowadays?
Yeah, that one's back to me a little bit with regards to that. Is I work on the CS side of things, on the live chat Outplayed and answering all the emails and that side of things. So yeah, if you drop us an email through just simply at support@outplayed.com, we can have a look at doing some offer for you with regards to that side of things, for having a look at casino. We do have a sister site that we can sort of introduce to, which has got some offers on there and gives an explanation for it. And we can also have a look at some offers that we may be able to do for the diamond side of things. So yeah, if you just drop us an email to support@outplayed.com, we can have a look at that, or alternatively jump on live chat between 9 and 5:30, 7 days a week. And one of us, whether it's myself or any of the guys that are there, will have a look at that for you and get something for you to have a look at the casino side of things, without a doubt. No problem whatsoever on that.
Yeah, definitely. What's the next question? I'll let you choose the next one, Chris. Would you guys share your daily casino routine?
Yes, when I was having a look at. Yeah, my daily casino routine, as we sort of discussed briefly in the last one that we do, I do on a morning before I start work while the kettle's boiling. I do the Betfred mystery spins offer that they do of wager £10 and then get between 10 and 100 free spins on their casino side of things. That's the first one that I do. I then
literally takes minutes to complete. I mean, it's £1.50 worth of EV for that offer. £45 worth of EV for the month, and going to get the old calculator right now. 45 times 12. I mean, 540 quid's worth of EV for the year for that one offer. Literally, I actually timed it the other day that I did it. few minutes per day. Yeah, I was like, right, I've started at X time and I finished at 2.5 or 3 minutes later. Boom, on to the next offer. But it is a cracking offer. It's a really, really good offer.
It's a great offer.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
don't forget to
personally
opt
use
into the free spins accumulator as well, because you get the
Yeah.
extra spin for every £10 that you wager. That's noted in the guide, obviously.
Yeah, that's all in the guys on there. But
Yeah.
I use Savage Jungle for that one. I think you use Blue Wizard, if I'm right.
Yeah,
for
I
that one
switched
also, or
over
have you
to.
changed?
I've switched back to. Well, I switched over to Savage Jungle, and I'm actually thinking about. It makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. But I think I
No, it
prefer.
doesn't.
I think I might go back to Blue Wizard. But yeah, it doesn't make any difference. At the end of the day, just
No,
just do whichever one that has the highest
it doesn't.
RTP, which is Blue Wizard or Savage Jungle. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do the Betfred one to start off with. Then I'll do the Ladbrokes and Coral freebies that are on there. That's while the kettle's boiling, which is like 5 minutes or whatever it is for a kettle to boil. So that's those three done with no time consideration got into at all on that side of things. I'll then have a look at once my coffee's made. I've sat down having breakfast. I'll quickly jump onto the Outplayed site and see what the reload offers that are there if they've been put up. Don't normally get put up until later on in the day. Normally about 9-10 o'clock in the morning from that side of things. So it is normally tea break sort of time that I have a look at that side of things in a bit more depth. Cheers! I was just sharing your screen from there. But
Yeah.
it is just it's literally just a case of going through the casino reloads that are there for the day. We know that there are some sites that do them every single day, like I said, Betfred, Ladbrokes, Coral, Gala were doing some for a little while that are still worth getting onto. Mr. Spin, was it, that was doing that daily offer for a little while? Oh, Mr. Q, wasn't it?
Mr. Q, they had two fantastic offers that were running. I think it was three even. Like the EV was incredible, but unfortunately they've discontinued a few of them. I think they briefly popped up with another offer recently, so they're not fully out of the game yet. They are providing a few, but yeah, as Chris rightly said, the first place that you should be coming to is to the top casino reloads of the day, and it says it will be updated around 11, but it's usually a lot earlier than 11. Yeah, usually 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest it will be up. And yeah, just make your way through these offers first. That's what I would suggest doing each day. Look at the daily bonuses. They're completely free to do. It's another fantastic thing to check. If you want the full list of offers, you can just go to our reload offer section, and you can apply your filter to what kind of offer that you want. So if you just want the casino offers here, you can choose if you just want to look at risk-free offers, or we're mainly focusing on low risk at the moment. So and you'll get the full list of everything that's available, but just by going through your filter, basically. It's a lovely 350, 150, 92. There's some really lovely offers for 440. There's some really lovely offers to get through, and as I said earlier, I keep banging on about it, just keep taking up that EV. Don't worry about the profits that you're making, just keep taking up the EV. That's the most important thing to do. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. There we go, I'm back. Hi. Back.
So yeah, I mean, most people's daily casino routine is the same. They'll literally jump on the ones that are known, which is the three that I've already gone through on a daily basis. Then they'll jump onto the reload offers, and then they'll jump onto the forum, see if there's any other offers that have been posted by members on there, with regards to it. But then also just check through your emails as well.
Of course, really good point. Yeah,
you might get some offers that are specific to your account through there. I remember one was last week, it might have been the other day, that just double check on it. Just bear me a second, guys. It's on different servers that I've got. there was an offer from one of the casinos, which I know a couple of people got, but I didn't get from that side of things. So yeah, definitely check through your emails. Even just jump onto one or two of the sites that you use on a regular basis. Just as an offer that's popped up on there that we may have missed, or a member may have missed, or again might be specific to just you with regards to that side of things. So yeah, just check out. We try and do list everything that's around, and our members, as we always say, are absolutely brilliant at
Yeah.
posting offers that we've missed, whether that's on Facebook, whether that's on the forum, and that side of things. So yeah, always have a check of there as well. End of the day, our office team are only human, and they are going to miss the odd offer here and there from it. So yeah, just check out all the resources you've got available to you.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Which question should we look at next, Chris? Do you want to have a go at this one? How do you work out the EV of offer a wage of £10 to get to spin a rewards wheel?
I take it that'll be something like the Bet Victor. Is it Bet Victor or Betway that still do that offer for a rewards wheel side of things? Really hard to work out from that side of things. Obviously, what the wager is going to be from that side of thing, from the simple RTP of the slot that you pay him. When we say RTP, we're on about the return to player amount that a slot pays back as a percentage. Obviously, that percentage is worked out over millions and billions of pounds from it. But if we just keep it nice and simple, an RTP, if you do £10 on a slot, the theory is that you should get on a 95% RTP, £9.50 back from it. So you'd be losing 50p, from that side of things. So if we're looking at a rewards wheel, for example, you'd have to look at how many rewards were on that wheel to work out what the percentage would be from a possibility of what you will get from that rewards wheel. So let's just keep it simple. That let's say there were 4 sections to that, and sections were 10 free spins, 20 free spins, 30 free spins, or 40 free spins. You'd be then looking at 25% on each of those as a return from it. So you'd be then looking, the math for it would take a while to work out. But the way I would do it is I would just look at the minimum one from it, to be honest with you. So I'd be looking at, right, worst case scenario is that I'm going to get 10 free spins back from this. So, and they're going to be 10p each. So you'd get £1 of worth of free spins back. Again, using an RTP of 95%, you would get 95p back from that RTP. So you've lost 50p from the first one.
But you made
95p back from it. So you're going to be 45p up overall. So the EV from it is 45p. That's probably sounded a bit waffly, and I should probably join Simon and Andy's King of Waffles.
No, I think you've done a brilliant job. I think you've done a really good job with that. Yeah. So you work out the EP from the RTP from waging the initial 10, the return to player from the actual reward. You subtract what you're expected to lose from the wager and what you're expected to make from the rewards wheel, and the difference is again what you're expected to make if you were to do the offer over hundreds and thousands of times. The average amount of everyone that was to do that offer, that was to all complete it in the exact same way, of course, by following our guides, which is what it's all about. So good job.
Those spin reward wheels, that they're normally just about on an EV plus, but it depends what those rewards are on the wheels. I know some of them have a 50p cash win on there. And I think like the Sky Vegas one on there, it used to be great with the guaranteed win, which they've just introduced back from it. But it's just about below EV now because there's a 5 free spins on there,
Right.
which is obviously max. Well, the 520p spins as a rule, so you're getting £1 back. So it probably is just about back to a plus EV, but it's probably about 30-40p
Yeah.
from it because there's a 50p cash win on there as well. So if you were, so that's a prime example, that Sky Vegas one. If you were doing your £10 wager for the guaranteed prize wheel on there on a 95% RTP,
Yep.
you'd lose the 50p from it.
Yep.
You go on to the guaranteed prize wheel, you spin that, and because the minimum return on there is 50p for it, you'd get
Yep.
the 50p back. So the EV for that is absolutely zero.
So
So
it's not worth doing because in the long
not
run, you're
worth
not going
doing.
to make money. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but you would break even. So you wouldn't win anything. You wouldn't lose anything
Yeah.
in the long term of doing it. There are probably a lot more maths behind it that Ollie and Simon could sit and work out with. Like I say, the percentages of winning the 50p, the 5 free spins, the 10 free spins, etc., etc. That's on that wheel. But keeping it really simple, look at what the minimum reward is from that, and use that base for it, and that gives you a decent guide to what the EV is on that
Yeah.
side
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah. Definitely.
One for you then, Oz.
So would you say doing casino offers are worth it? Yes, 110%. As I said earlier, don't make the same mistake that I did 5 years ago, where I had a tricky patch of variance after one or two offers or whatever it is. I didn't mentally separate my sportsbook profits from a different pot for my casino, and it cost me. I've literally 3 years of not doing any casino, basically. Obviously, I'm well on it now, but yeah, don't make the same mistake I did. Have a separate bankroll. Don't be dejected. Don't get upset if you do go through that rough patch of variance. As I said, we've all been there. You're gonna hit a bad patch of variance, but it's about being mentally strong enough to understand that it's all part of the game. And as long as you keep completing those offers, taking up EV, then all will be fine going forward. As I said, the maths doesn't lie. We're becoming the casino owner with these offers. I mean, another way to look at it is, when you look at a casino, again, just standard roulette, not attached to a bonus, standard blackjack, standard slot, right? Do you trust the fact that any Tom, Dick, or Harry that's just randomly playing on these games is going to lose in the long run? Of course, because we all know that the casinos are there to wipe you out, basically. The exact opposite is the case when you're taking up positive expected value offers, when that bonus creates that advantage, that edge for us. Yeah, we now have the advantage, which means in the long run we take the casinos to the cleaners. So yeah, something to think about when you're doing these offers. As long as you follow everything correctly, you are becoming the casino owner or the bookmaker, however you want to put it. So you will make money in the long run. So definitely take them up. Definitely. Yeah.
Totally agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
How do I know the risk level of reloads? I was just having a quick look with regards to that side of things. Majority of the reloads that are put into the site are low or medium risk from that side of things. Very rare that we'll get any high risk reload offers that we'll put onto the reload list at all, because obviously it's going down a path that, as we said before, needs the bankroll.
Yeah. It's best to build your bankroll first. Definitely, you got to get to that bankroll before attempting. So we don't want to, put them in people's faces on the top casino reloads of the day page, because they may be tempted to stop them because they're there, when really it should be something you're specifically looking at once you have that bankroll.
Yeah. I mean, the easiest way of looking at high risk casino offers is two sort of ways to look at it: is whether cash is used before bonus or incorporating bonus, and the amount of times that you need to wager that money through. That's what will 9 times out of 10 determine a high risk casino offer. and obviously the amount of money that you've got to put in. If it's something like £100 deposit with a 30 times wager on there, that's pretty high risk for that side of things, because you're looking at £3,000, and it makes it even higher risk if it's using cash before bonus, or if it's using a combination of cash and bonus from that side of things. But again, as we always say, if you're getting emails come through with an offer and you're not really sure with regards to whether it's a low risk, medium risk, high risk, just jump onto live chat with us, or send an email in. Just take a screenshot of the offer that you've got, and the terms and conditions with it, and we'll have a quick read through it. If we're not 100% sure, we've got enough guys that we work alongside, the likes of Ollie, Jamie, that you'll see on the forums. They'll be able to give us an answer pretty quickly with regards to that. So yeah, if there's any uncertainty whatsoever with anything on casino, then just ask. We had to ask the questions. We still ask the questions now.
Yeah.
So yeah, no problem on that side of things.
Big shout out to Ollie, James, Rich, and Vlad. They do a super job each day with all of the offers they find in the sports section and the casino section. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. That
the unsung heroes, as we like to call them.
They're not on the Facebooks or on CS answering people directly, but as Chris said, there's a lot of unsung heroes behind the scenes at Outplayed. So
there's too many to mention. I mean, the 4 guys that you've just mentioned there, they're not above any of the guys that we haven't mentioned at all, but they're the ones that, that you'll see the names of more often on the forum. The likes of Rich, especially, he likes to put any answers across in great form. So yeah, there are too many to mention, but there are a lot of them. So let's have a look at this one. Hi guys, the casino is as hot with gubbins with multiple accounts in the same household. Thank you.
I haven't done that, so I'm gonna have to put out of that now, because I've just got my one, so that's one for you, maybe, Chris.
I haven't had that many issues, to be honest with you. As long as the accounts are partner friendly, you won't have an issue from there. We do have a list on our site for partner friendly accounts, which is currently being reviewed at the moment as well. There seems to be a lot more leniency with regards to that side of things from casinos and bookmakers now. But that there is a list with regards to that. But the gubbing side of things, it doesn't make any difference whether it's you, your wife, and your 2 20-year-old kids that have got accounts in there. Just because you've all got accounts, they've obviously allowed you to open those accounts up. The gubbins will just literally come from taking value from them. But as I said earlier on, casinos seem to be a lot more lenient with regards to that than what the bookmakers side of things. So yeah, you'll be fine on that side of things.
Yeah, definitely.
Just been sent an offer from Leo Vegas to deposit £50, wager twice, and get £10 to play on Olympus.
It's plus EV.
Yeah. So it's actually a pretty decent EV from that one.
What I'm going to do now, I'm going to post it at the bottom of each one, but I think it was James that's created a fantastic forum thread with all of the best slots to use for each casino.
Yes, I saw that the other day. For it,
so I'm just
that's all been updated, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've actually got the original forum thread, but yeah, let me just post that. I'm just going to put that in the comments now. So it's definitely a really good thing to check out with any personal offers that you get, because it will show you the best slots to use. So I'll just type here, best slots to use per casino. I've just posted the link to main. I'm going to post that in newbies now as well. So yeah, definitely bookmark that thread because it's a really helpful source of information. Yeah. Let's see, use per casino. Yes. So you've got the highest RTP slots that are listed there. So I think it was James that's very kindly created that. It's a really, really useful table to refer to. So yeah.
Yeah, I know you spent quite a bit of time getting that back together and more up to date from that side of things. So I've not had a look through it myself, but I know the other guys that in the office that have gone through that, and there's been some big praise for James with regards to that because that's taken some work to get to, and it's a great list that's there because it is one of the big things for it is initial RTP on any slot that you're doing. If you have to use a slot, is obviously where you're going to potentially lose more or less money for it. The higher the RTP, the less that you're going to lose from it. Obviously, most of the time, if it is at all possible to do, depending on what offer you're doing, which again is all the terms are stated for every offer that's on there. If you can use blackjack or European roulette as your initial offer, use it because the RTP on them using the blackjack calculator and the roulette side of things is going to have a better return for you on the initial deposit and initial wagering that you've got to do.
The problem is with a lot of those, it usually only contributes like 10%, doesn't it, to the wagering, which is why slots usually. I mean, if there is an offer where blackjack or roulette is okay, obviously we will note it. But unfortunately, the casino seem to have clocked on the fact that the RTPs are so much higher on the table game. So especially when we're using perfect strategy with blackjack, so they do tend to use the slots. But as long as it's plus EV, that's the important thing.
Yeah, and it goes back to what Oz was saying earlier about overspinning and everything else, and it's exactly the same with blackjack. But just because we've got the simulator there for it, it doesn't give a guaranteed win for it. It just reduces the element from that side of things. So only use that simulator when it's attached to an offer. Don't just think, oh, right, there's a blackjack simulator there. I can just load up blackjack tonight and I can make money from it. It doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. No, I had a
all.
query. I had a query like that the other day. Like, I think he might have been watching the film 21 or something. But yeah, unless it's connected to a plus EV offer, even though you're playing the perfect strategy of blackjack, you still the edge is still with the casino. We're minimizing that edge with perfect strategy of blackjack, but the edge is still with the casino. So in the long run, you're going to lose even by playing the perfect strategy of blackjack. Yeah, it's, as Chris rightly said, it has to be attached to a plus EV offer.
All right. I can't see anything else that's coming up at this moment in time. As we've said, all the guides and everything are on the Outplayed site. All the sign-up offers for the casino telling you which are the low, medium risk side of things, all the EVs explained within there as well, and what wagering is. If you guys need to do any recapping at all with regard to that, and obviously the forums are another great place to jump on. But as we always say, if there's any further questions you've got, just jump onto the Outplayed live chat, email us in, speak to us, Andy, Taylor, whoever happens to be on Facebook for the day, and we'll get the answers for you. If we don't know it off the top of our head, there's always somewhere within Outplayed, staffing wise, that will know the answer for it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all of your questions. And we look forward to seeing you next week. I think the Facebook Live next week is me and Andy talking about how to make profits from gobbed accounts. So, hope to see you there. And of course,
definitely worth getting onto that one next week, guys. Especially for newbies that are wondering what gobbed accounts are all about, and obviously for our long-term members as well. Andy and us will go through that with you next week. So
Yeah.
thanks for all your time, guys. And Oz, take care, mate.
Yep, you too. See you tomorrow in the groups, guys, as well. Bye. Have a good one.